Did you get lucid? Now learn how to stay lucid. This is one of my favorite practical techniques because it allows you, if you get lucid once, to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lucid dreams more in the same night. And I call this lucid dream surfing, and it's a very simple technique. It just requires a little practice. Okay, so let's learn how to do it. I mean, first of all, this presumes that you've already got lucid. If you don't know how to get lucid, you can watch my other videos on getting lucid. But once you are lucid in a dream, where this technique really helps is inevitably that dream tends to come to an end. You've seen this, right? Where you're in the dream and suddenly, it all kind of crumbles or fades. And then often you end up in this kind of dark, bright space. Now, because we're not used to these strange in-between spaces, we have a habit which is to pull back into the physical body, and we tend to wake up. So the very first thing you're going to do to make sure you can dream surf is when you find yourself in that sort of bright, dark space between dreams, you are going to affirm to yourself, this is simply a blank lucid dream. I am still in a lucid dream. Because some part of us thinks, the dream's over, it's done, we tend to naturally revert back to our physical body. But your first step is to really say, nope, this is still a dream. And then what you're going to do is you're going to really lean your attention into it. So you're wanting to retrain your mind to go, wow, when I'm in this sort of in-between space, I'm going to stay right here. Now, this is the crucial part. You don't want to just kind of aimlessly hover here. But before I tell you what to do, make sure we stay connected and subscribe to my channel for more trainings. Or if you're ready for something more intense and personalized, I take on a handful of private clients every month. And if you're ready for that, you can always apply in the link below. Now back to this hovering space. Again, you don't want to kind of just like linger. What you want to do is take the next step, which is to start planting a very, very specific thought seed. Imagine that dark, bright space as fertile ground. And whatever you imagine is going to be the beginning of the next dream that forms. So for me, I choose something clear and something that I can have strong emotional connotations with. For me, a little bit embarrassing, but it's always kittens. So I'm literally there going, kittens, 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 kittens. And inevitably, out of the darkness will come a kitten. So whatever that is for you, you could manifest going to the beach, you could bring up a place that you love, a restaurant, a food, but just something specific that you can really visualize and focus on. What's going to start happening is, just like with my kittens, something will start to emerge. Kind of like in the hypnagogia, you know, when you're kind of going to sleep in that hypnagogic state and images kind of swirl around, it's going to feel similar to that. And whatever your thought seed is, it's going to kind of come up as an image first. And now at this stage, you want to really focus your attention on what's coming. You almost want to feel like you're leaning in or bringing it closer. A really important distinction here though, the way you want to give it attention isn't like a cat watching a mouse or a hawk, nothing predatorial, because that'll kind of scare it away. What you want is more like the loving attention of a mother, right? So like really looking, really paying attention, but gentleness and love. So giving your loving full attention to the shapes, and what you'll see is they start to congeal. They're going to get thicker and thicker and thicker until they form a sort of a three-dimensional reality that you'll pop right into, and now you're in a dream. So you've kind of surfed from that one dream into the next. A quick note, when you land into the next dream, give it a second to thicken. For those of you who are experienced with this, you know that sometimes when a dream first forms, it can almost seem like bad graphics, like it's still kind of getting itself together. So this is where you want to use your lucidity bridge, right? So make sure that the dream gets stabilized and thickened, that you're really good and lucid. And then once it's settled, then you can start enacting your dream mission. And then it's rinse and repeat. The cool thing with the surfing technique is that it allows you to move from dream to dream to dream. And so you don't rely on one single dream surviving in order to keep your lucidity. And this way, especially if it's in the morning time, you can really be lucid for hours. An amazing way to make the most of those beautiful moments of lucidity that you cultivate.